Welcome to the Modern Assyrian program. My name is Carmen Morad. Today I have a special guest as the director of the 92nd Annual Convention of the Assyrian American National Federation, Mr. Ramond Takhsh. Welcome to the program.
Hi, Carmen. Good to be with you. Thank you for having me coming on Modern Assyrian today.
Absolutely. You are not a stranger to AGN and to our communities. You're such an activist, an advocate, and you do so much. But this year, you have something very special you're working on. And as we're getting closer to the convention, Raman, I would like to ask you, as we get closer, to give us some. I don't want to say last minute, we still have some time left, but give us some information on those watching on what we're going to experience in Anaheim, California.
Sure. First, to all the viewers, Shalom Aleichem. Hello, wherever you are. As Carmen said, my name is Ramond Takhsh, and I am the chairperson this year of the 92nd Annual Assyrian National Convention that takes place every Labor Day weekend. This Labor Day weekend, it'll be on August the 29th through September 1st. Here in Southern California. It'll be at Anaheim, the Anaheim Marriott. And, thankfully, we've had great registration numbers so far. There's still time to register. We're putting together a nice program of events that aims to attract different interests for different people. And the goal being fostering a sense of community, building a sense of community. That's the job of all of our organizations. That's the job of all of our institutions. Whether it's the work that's done here at AGN, whether it's the local organizations, charitable organizations, all the Assyrian organizations, our churches, they all work in different areas, but ultimately the goal is the same: is to build that sense of community, bringing people together, fostering community. And that's what we do. What's what we're doing at the convention. It'll be the largest gathering of Assyrians in the diaspora. And we're excited. I'm excited to be on the program to talk about what will be happening at the convention this year, and hopefully encourage some last minute people that are maybe a little undecided and saying, "I don't know, Limbadaya," that maybe get them to get that registration taken care of and come on down here to Southern California. So.
You know, Ramand, it's such a wonderful feeling at conventions. I've been going since I was a teenager, and I won't tell you what year that was. But times have changed. Technology has changed, and it's incredible how we think of conventions just for the young people to get together, but it really is such an incredible connection that we have, whether it's different cities, states, even different countries. But I want to talk to you a little bit. A deeper significance of the Federation when it was formed, when it was established, and why it was, and what other things take place at these conventions other than just parties and people seeing each other. It really establishes, as you said, it fosters a sense of community, especially for the youth, those born in diaspora, and for those of us who have grown up here, but still want our kids and the younger folks that we see at conventions. What is it that keeps us keep going back and back to conventions?
It's that little thing in us that's in each and every one of us that's proud to be Assyrian. It's that spark. It's that zinda, as they say in our language. It's that desire to be amongst each other. It's that desire to learn more about ourselves, our community. When we're around each other, there's always a special feeling that comes, And convention for me, and I'll go back to I'll go back, of course, to the founding of the organization itself as well. But on a personal level, as you talk about, Carmen, convention brings about a lot of memories. Convention brings about, creates different friendships, relationships. There's people I see, for example, I may not see them very often, but we pick up right where we leave off. And it's usually at the convention where they live in other parts of this country or internationally. And it's a beautiful thing with convention. I've been going since 2000. 2004 or so. A couple years in between, I didn't, but I've been going since 2004 and have different memories along the way. Different each convention was different for me, but ultimately they all leave an indelible mark on each of us. And the idea with convention is to what we try to do with these events, whether they're educational, whether they're social or whatnot, is to leave people inspired. Now we have a theme this year for convention. It's carrying history, empowering tomorrow. Carrying history is that we each carry, the history of a rich, powerful identity, an identity that's experienced the best of times, it's experienced the worst of times, an identity that's experienced, transgenerational trauma. And that goes back to when you're talking about the founding of this organization. The AANF was founded right around this time in 1933, right after Pyramid Summit, August 7th. And it was created by several visionaries to be a voice for the voiceless, to be a voice for our people in our ancestral homeland that were suffering. And also it's for being a voice for our people in the United States, a national voice. It was right around this time. So as Assyrians that we've experienced, like I said, the best of times and the worst of times, we carry that history, the good and the bad, the culture, the traditions, things that pass down from generation to generation, all the music, all the things that help encompass an identity, a history, we carry that. And then the second part is empowering tomorrow. What we're doing to empower ourselves about resilience. Sometimes we kind of, and again, we kind of maybe have, because of the transgenerational trauma that we've experienced as a nation, and we do with the people, with our brothers and sisters in our ancestral homeland these past several years, with what's happening in Iraq, Syria, etc., that still continues. We tend to focus a little bit, a lot on the negative, which is understandable. But we have to talk, also celebrate our resilience and what we can do to empower ourselves, empower our youth, to keep our nation forward, to progress and sustain, and moving forward. That's the idea. We're going to have several. The idea for the convention through all our programs is to do that as well. So we're carrying history, but what are we doing to empower our future, to empower tomorrow as Assyrians? And that will be kind of the focus of the convention this year.
I love that, Raman. And I had an opportunity to look over some of the educational sessions, and our gratitude to Dr. Danavi for putting so much time and effort. And of course, the rest of the team. I know it takes a lot of effort and organization to pull this off. And of course, it's under your leadership this year. I was so proud to see how you are addressing some of the modern issues that we are facing. I've noticed Dr. Ninus Adams, for example, who has been on my program. He is an Assyrian psychiatrist, and paying attention to the modern issues that we are facing and to address the fact that we don't want to be left behind. We want to make sure that our culture, our, what you said, transgenerational trauma is addressed as well. And there's a list of other professionals and other physicians. So I am very impressed. I will be there. I will be there with my son and other friends that we're meeting up there. It's such an excitement for those attending. As you said, this is one of the largest registered for the convention. Let me ask you this. When it comes to putting something large together, and I think we've mentioned that before, every few years, there is also an election of a new president of the executive team. There are certain individuals that are honored for their contribution. Tell us a little bit about that this time.
Yes. So this year is during the convention, the Assyrian American National Federation holds its annual meeting called the NCC, the National Convention Meeting. And for those that may not be as familiar, the federation itself consists of a national executive team, but there's also affiliate organizations, shotapiats, as we say in Assyrian, throughout the different throughout the country. The ones that are based in Chicago, Southern California, San Jose, Central Valley, Arizona, Detroit, etc. There's over two dozen organizations that are affiliated with the federation, and so they'll be meeting to conduct federation business. And this year there is an election. There'll be an election of an executive team. There'll be an election for president. We will be having a new president, and due to the current president, Asha Shuman, who's done a fantastic job. We have a limit of 2 consecutive terms, so he must step away. So we will be having that. We also at our each convention there's a presidential dinner that takes place. The presidential dinner is a dinner that brings together community activists, guests, cultural ambassadors, invite elected officials if they're able to come and whatnot to kind of celebrate the federation, celebrate the convention, and awards are given at the discretion of the president and the board of advisors to certain Assyrians that have made outstanding contributions to our nation as a whole. And while I can't announce them here because they are a surprise, you're going to have to kind of see it for yourself at the dinner. But I am aware of some of the names, and they are incredibly deserving. They've made indelible contributions. They've left an indelible mark. They've made invaluable contributions and left an indelible mark on our nation, whether it's been through arts, culture, and other fields as well. So.
That's very exciting to know. It's there's so much that goes on in planning, and we really want our viewers, especially those who are perhaps attending for the first time or trying to find out more about their culture. I've attended conferences where I've met young Assyrians where they told me that they just had an epiphany to find out more about their identity, about their culture, and they're trying to reconnect. And imagine every convention could be someone's first contact with the culture, with all the work. And for you, Raman, I want to ask you, you said you've been attending since 2004. What changes have you seen that has been an improvement to increase attendance?
As far as the convention, the good thing about, and as you did allude to this before, it has adapted in a good way. I mean, things that may have worked in the 1980s or 1990s may not necessarily translate to the generation now or even in the 2000s. So the ability to adapt, to come up with different programs and ideas to cater to a wide spectrum of audiences is what not just brings people back, but brings in additional people. I think the adaptability is an important aspect. For example, just to give you a couple examples, this year we're going to have a couple different events. We're going to have a special night for Assyrian moms on Friday evening. We're going to have a night for Assyrian moms with a mixology class. They can learn, make some cocktails or mocktails, whatever they prefer. Celebrate Assyrian moms and have them gather, and help them maybe that there's a building of community, and celebrate the invaluable work that they do for their families and for our people as a whole. That's a different event that's happening this year. We're teaming up with Meso Matchmaker for that event, and then a couple other events. We're doing like an outdoor social mixer. We're doing the dating show with a comedy act. These are newer events. Like the comedy act did happen last year. There's a couple newer events this year. But these things go to growing the audience, making it attractive for not just the younger people, but people of all ages, of all backgrounds, of all ages, of all interests. This year also we're adding a concert, the Gilgamesh concert by the Gilgamesh Arts Foundation. Maestro Hannibal Joseph is putting together a wonderful concert that celebrates classical Assyrian music from the greats like Suran Alexander, Shura Mikalyan, William Daniel, Polis Khofri, Vanya David, Misha Ashurian, and many others that were pillars of Assyrian music. That'll be celebrated with 2 vocalists. A concert like this hasn't been done before. And this is to help. This also goes to one of the important purposes of the Federation and our organizations, is to help in the advancement of culture and art. arts. That's a important thing that we value and cherish at the Federation, and we'll continue to do that. This is an example of that. So it's definitely the ability to adapt, come up with different ideas, um, not do the same thing over and over again, and that has been a positive thing that the Federation has been doing each and every year, and that I think will continue to do that. I mean, so certain things that may work now may not work 10 years from now. At that point, there'll be that time to adapt, come up with different ideas, all, of course, with the same goal in mind, bringing our people together and fostering that sense of community.
There's also an opportunity for children. Isn't there a kids camp that is going on this year?
Yes. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, our partners at Rinyo, who do a great job with uh, with children's books, children's literature, helping to teach the Assyrian language for children. They're organizing our kids camp this year. It'll be from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Friday, Saturday, Sunday for children ages 4 to 9, and they'll learn arts and crafts, sing-alongs. It'll be a nice time for kids to get to know each other a little bit, do some night arts and crafts, and things like that. So really, we'll be doing that as well. The kids camp. That'll be Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
So, to make new friendships, Rahman, I just want to share with you for someone who has been going through, relocation from within California and living in different places, what a unique opportunity to make the convention your family's vacation, because there is something for older folks, there's something for children, there's something for teenagers, and of course, Gen Z, I want to say the 20s, 30s, for every age group, you have thought of an activity that is embedded within the Assyrian culture. And that is a different um, vibe, I want to say, for the convention. And it's very inviting, but it still has what conventions and what the Federation has intended to do. As you said earlier, fostering community, but what a beautiful way to attract our new generation and the youth, and still keep those of us who will enjoy that concert to really keep coming back. What is, in conclusion, that you want to share with someone watching that maybe, like you said, they were lazy about registering within the last days, even if there are new rooms available? I know you're sold out. Give us some of the logistics of what they need to do at this point.
So for those that are still kind of maybe on the fence, if they want to, what do they want to drive down on Labor Day weekend? They want to take the bus or the train or a flight down. Um, there's a special feeling when our people come together. I get that feeling. I know, Carmen, you get that feeling, and a lot of us do. It's that unspoken understanding as Assyrians. Like we get certain things. The word in Assyrian is like "shatu b'chmudale." When this happens, uh, it's usually a good thing, and in all cases, in most cases, it is, and especially with the convention. Like I said, it fosters that community. It brings an excitement, a level to meet, to hang out, to see people, make new friends, reconnect with old ones, create new memories, and learn a thing or two, and ultimately to feel inspired and empowered after the convention. Empowering tomorrow is what and that's not just a job for younger people. That's a job for all of us, as I say, all of us watching and all of us around the world. We're going to have a wonderful convention. I would invite all of you to come. It was going to be a great convention. Like I said, we have different programs. I did want to mention a couple of the programs we have. Our partners at the Assyrian Artists Institute is doing an exhibition with the theme "Searching for Assyrian Identity." They do a lot of great work in showcasing Assyrian artists. So we'll be having an art gallery there as well. So we have to speak for everybody, whether it's an outdoor social mixer for a younger generation, whether it's a classical concert where we have educational panels. One example I wanted to mention about one of the subjects, and you mentioned mental health, which was very important. We have a topic this year on AI and what AI, the potential advances, what can be used for Assyrians in a cultural way. We have experts in artificial intelligence. We keep hearing AI everywhere we go now. AI is the future. AI is this. AI, and it's starting to become a regular thing in our everyday lives. So, what is the connection with AI, and what can be used for the advancement, enhancement of our communities as a whole? So, we're going to be talking about pretty innovative topics like that as well. We have something for everybody. That's the job of the federation. That's the job of this convention. It's been my honor to be the chairperson this year, and I'm excited to welcome all of you to sunny Southern California here in just about 2 weeks or so. And we'll look forward to having you there, Carmen. And I know the AGN will be conducting interviews as well. We look
Yes.
forward. We thank them for their partnership, and we look forward to having you guys there at the convention.
Thank you so much, Raman. We do appreciate the invitation. We will be there. I will be hunting you down. I know you'll be very busy those few days, but it will be nice to sit down and do interviews. And I know there's going to be a few people that are coming from outside of the country for a few important sessions. I think we forgot to mention sports. There's also sports related events going on at the convention.
Yes, thank you for my. We have a soccer tournament. We have 12 teams from throughout this country. We do also have teams from our neighbors to the north in Canada. Uh, will be participating. It's over a course of 3 days. It'll be at a beautiful field called Centennial Park in the city of Santa Ana, which is about 20 minutes away from where the convention will be taking place. And that's sports is always also an advance of sports. That also, of course, fosters community, fosters relationships, and that's under the banner of sport. And we're honored to have that as well as this year.
That sounds wonderful. It really is a complete program for different interests, with, of course, the Assyrian touch. And again, I want to thank you for all the work that you have put in, and your team and everyone connected to the executive board, to everyone who puts their time and effort and love, because it is a work of love, to bring this together. We will be there. AGN will be there. You'll see us, and I'm hoping more of our viewers that perhaps we're putting it off will change their mind. They will register. You do need to register to attend. I highly recommend that. You can do it online. Do you want to give some more information on how they can register and what it takes if perhaps the rooms are sold out? There are neighboring establishments that can host our guests, correct?
Yeah, so the rooms that we have are all sold out. We had to add additional rooms these past couple months, and then at some point the hotel says we can't offer anymore. So we are out of rooms at the hotel with our blocks. There are neighboring hotels where people can book on their own. There's an Anaheim Hilton, which is right across the way. There's some neighboring hotels as well. We are adjacent to Disneyland. I did also want to mention that we do have a special on discounted tickets for Disneyland for families or others that would like to attend. And if they go on the convention website, they'll see a link to discounted Disneyland tickets. And we want to give that amenity for our guests, because I'm sure if you're adjacent to Disneyland, I'm sure a lot of families are going to want to go at some point during the convention. So, but
Absolutely. It sounds wonderful. Sounds like fun. And also, those guests that don't live in Southern California, they know what an exciting venue this is, and it's a good choice. And it will be a complete convention along with the little ones, with different activities, sports, arts, education, and of course the famous dance parties where and then this time, of course, it's not the first year, but I do believe we have the events for meso matchmaking. Is that what it's called, Raman?
yeah, so our friends at Meso Matchmakers, our second year collaborating with them, and they'll be doing their dating show with a comedy special. Assyrian comedian Vincent Oshana, as we all know, he'll be coming to do a special set at the dating show. It's a fun atmosphere that the Meso team creates. They've been doing it throughout the state. They've been doing it for the past couple of years in different cities. They did it at the convention last year. It was very popular, and we're excited to have them back. and that'll take place on Sunday, Sunday 5 o'clock, Sunday August 31st. So all of this is on our convention website, and to register for the convention, there's different levels. If you're a senior citizen or you're youth or whatever, there's discounts depending on that. It's all there on our convention website and our social media channels, Facebook and Instagram.
It sounds wonderful. I think you covered it pretty much all. And I'm looking forward to seeing you there. I'm looking forward to see more of Bnei Umtan who will be there. And we've decided to do this interview in English. And of course, AGN has also conducted many interviews to make sure that in Assyrian and in English, for those who might need a little help with last minute things that they need to do to make sure that they are registered and they do attend. And I would like to actually find people there that is their first convention and get kind of like a survey, kind of a data, because there are people that are attending for the first time that I'm aware of. So looking forward to seeing you all there.
Thank you, Carmen. Thank you for the opportunity to come on Modern Assyrian to discuss the convention. Thank you very much to all the viewers.
Absolutely. And thank you, Ramond, for all you do. I know this is one of the things that you have done. You are such a strong advocate, a relentless advocate for our nation. And I'd like to express my gratitude for that. And yes, we will see all of you at the convention. Now we are at the end of our program, and you will hear more about the convention on AGN. We are going to be running different programs, and if you would like to see different programming by AGN at previous conventions, look up the AGN YouTube channel, and you can make sure you will know the exciting programs from the past conventions. We will see you on the next Modern Assyrian. My name is Carmen Morad.